where equality is just another euphemism for mediocrity, where participation is more highly valued than achievement, where just enough to get by is the new standard of excellence. There is a small minority of people who fight back against such apathy, who struggle daily to reach new heights. These brave few are the hope for the future, the bright shining light for the next generation. They are the ones who will lead us to the places we have never dreamed of, to the undiscovered country, to reach goals only a few can even begin to imagine. Unfortunately, none of those people could be here tonight, so kick back and relax. Prepare yourself for several hours of fun, friendship, fascinating conversation, and fabulous music. All those F's, that's an alliteration and kind of a radio trick. Speaking of radio, you're listening to the most popular radio station in the history of broadcast radio, at least among stations that originate from Chris's living room. It's Curious Times. Your host is Curious Listener. Here she is, Chris.
All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Curious Times. It's Friday night. Welcome to your weekend. It's Saturday morning for Selva. Welcome to your weekend. Selva's obviously our guest here tonight. Just quickly look at the calendar. I know we have almost nothing going on next week at all. So we have Corinne de Winter on tomorrow night, and it will be a little bit of a shorter show again tomorrow. And then we're not back for a whole week until next Friday, unless we do something else in between there. But if we're going to, then it still won't be till about Wednesday-ish. That's Halloween. Okay, let's try and do a Halloween show. Okay. Thanks, guys, for being in the chat room there. Diana's there. And so what you guys missed, that's from the recorded version, is what I've been saying I was going to do for ever since they said pot was going to become legal in Canada. So it's been like, I don't know, 8 to 10 years or something since I smoked marijuana. And so I did manage to get it through the mail. Did I ever think I was going to be able to mail order pot in my lifetime and just have the mailman bring it to me instead of sneaking around and looking over your shoulder and, oh my God, are the cops watching this guy's house, or blah, 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 take a different way home, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And so anyways, then just to continue on with the story about how stuff happens to me that is just predictable, so that when it does happen, it's just yeah, I could have figured that one was going to happen. And so the Canada Post workers are having a hard time getting the employer to negotiate fairly, and so unbeknownst to me, they were threatening to pull just a rotating one-day strikes around the country. Starting on midnight Monday, and Edmonton and some other city in Ontario were the chosen main centers. So out of all the cities in the country, out of all of the freaking places the rotating strike could have happened, under the fact that it might not have happened if something would have been settled between the employer and the employees union, and all of this stuff had to come together to all of a sudden they would pick Edmonton, Alberta. They would fail in their contract negotiations, and that was the day that my little package was supposed to arrive. So there's going to be no mail Monday, or no mail process, no nothing, and blah, blah, blah. So, and then you get a notice that says the next day when they went back to work at midnight Monday, mail could be delayed due to, work outage or whatever the hell it was, strike action, whatever it was. Anyway, so, and it's almost like it comes in these kind of packages that might have some naughty bits or whatever in it, naughty bites, and so that's come comes like a bag of almonds would come, you know what I'm saying? And they did a good job in the wrapping, in the packaging, the labeling, and they have an awesome self-sealing thing that there's no odor coming from it at all. So otherwise we'd have, how many mailmen now are going to start to, get to familiar with which packages are the pot packages, and then all of a sudden there will be missing pot packages all throughout the system in Canada. But anyway, it's legal, it's done. Although I did find out what they're charging in the stores is highway robbery. It's criminal, and so this was why I decided to go with the mail order route anyway. So that's the end of that saga. It's there you go. As far as I understand, I could spark up a joint, walk out my front door, walk down the street smoking it, and there would be nothing at all illegal about doing that. As long as you're X number, you can't smoke where. The rule that they're using is you cannot smoke marijuana anywhere where you cannot smoke cigarettes. Sounds reasonable to me, except there's no smoking allowed in a vehicle at all, for obvious reasons, because even if it's not the driver smoking, they get the secondhand smoke, and they get a little bit high. And so anyway, apparently, like, what a world I live in, that I could, get the mailman to bring me some pot and theoretically spin it up and walk out the door and smoke a joint just like nothing. So anyway, well, grateful to be Canadian. Oh, Canada. All right, so that's enough of that. So let's get on with it. Selva's here. She's a life translator. She helps people understand their journey, what's going on with them in this lifetime. Ever since a young age of 4, Selva has been able to communicate with the other side, and she lives currently in Australia with a thought of having bazillions of grandchildren and everything, and plus one husband, bazillions of grandchildren. Selva does do mediumship, but she doesn't order it like she would a cheeseburger, you know what I mean? So if she happens to be giving you a reading and she's receiving something from one of your dead people, then she will pass it along, but she won't go searching throughout, knocking on doors to try to find Uncle Fred. Selva does also read tarot and uses other modalities of reading, and enjoys the hobby of palmistry. Love that. You know what I mean? So much to have to know, though, and everything. It's crazy. She does run workshops and tries to do that in as affordable of a way as she can to make this kind of learning and growth accessible to anybody who seeks it. And it's good for her for that. Kudos. Contact Selva on Facebook, facebook.com/selva.nix, or just Google her, for crying out loud, and you can find her that way as well. So let's go get Selva. How are you doing, Selva? Happy Saturday.
Yeah, great. And, where I come from in Uruguay, pot's been legal for a long time.
Yeah.
So Canada's behind the times. But it's all right. I'm glad you finally...
I wasn't trying to say anything else.
You could have gone to Uruguay for a holiday, and you would have been fine.
Oh, so for an added cost of $15,000 for travel, I could have had the pleasure of smoking a joint legally. I see. Okay.
That's all right. Next time I say that, it's good.
Man, that would be a great deal. So what's going on?
Story about that though. When actually became legal, completely legal, I think it was about 8 years ago, my dad rings me and he says, it wasn't legal. And of course everybody's been doing it and selling it at the shop open for forever. He never knew. He never knew it wasn't legal. But it became actually legal 6 years ago.
Yeah,
but it was never an issue, so that's really good.
Well, so, I'm grateful. Yeah. I'm grateful that we didn't go through this. Although legal, medical marijuana has been around for legal here for years and years and years and years and years. You know what I mean? I don't even know how many years ago. 10 to 15 maybe. You know what I mean? Long time. But it wasn't an easy process to get that. And I was always a little bit paranoid that, because under the process in Canada at the time, you would apply, you would have to have run through their hoops and gotten doctors and blah, blah, and all this kind of thing. And and you still stand a really good chance of being denied.
Yeah.
And so then I'm thinking, oh, sure, suck all the people into letting you know that they smoke pot medically, you know what I mean, now,
Yeah.
illegally, and then don't give them their certification, and now just go arrest them all, you know what I mean, on a slow day, right? And I was always thinking, like, no, we won't be doing that. Because what do they think that the people that they turn down are going to do? Stop smoking pot? No.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
You know, so.
But anyway, so that's just the way that it is. That's just the way it is. Our seasons are changing here. We're becoming warmer and you're becoming colder.
Oh, hell yeah.
Once again is the opposite side of the schedule, but we're still having chilly days, and it's supposed to be the beginning of summer in 2 weeks, and it's not happening. We missed out on spring. Something happened.
Well, the beginning of summer should be December 21st, shouldn't it?
Not for us. December 1st.
Oh, you guys have a different time for your
Yeah. Yeah, December 1st is the beginning of summer.
How that's confusing for anybody dealing in astrology, isn't it?
I don't know. I don't do astrology. But I don't know. I really don't know. But yeah, it's, the season starts on the 1st of the month.
Huh.
Yeah. Yeah. So
you would think they would go with the solstice, you know, the summer solstice, the winter solstice.
You think they would? Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. And I believe we got a time. You guys have got a time change next week. After Wednesday.
Don't. Well, it will be the first Saturday after Halloween.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Cool. So, and I will not be available next weekend.
Oh,
all right.
Next Friday. Okay.
So if you want to do anything earlier, I can, but on the weekend I can't because I'm doing the Bustleton show. Bustleton is a town 120 kilometers from here, and they have a fair once a year, and they've asked me to go in and have a stand. So I said, yeah, why not?
Nice. Good.
Earn some money.
Nice.
Yeah, and I'm toying with the idea of going to New York in March next year to the Live Expo.
Oh. Wow.
Yeah, it was mentioned to me, and I've been communicating with the guy that organizes it, and he's really on my back. He said, you should come, you know.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I'm toying with the idea, so I'm not 100% sure because I don't know enough about it. So if any of you guys out there have ever been to the Life Expo in New York in March or October, let me know what it's like. Either message me or tell us on the show. I want to know if it's worth my while making the effort to get there or not, because it's going to be a very expensive exercise if I do it. Right. I don't want to be wasting my time if it's that type of thing. Apparently it's supposed to be pretty good. So Breen was the one that put me onto it, and then I've been communicating with the organizer ever since, and Mark, his name is.
So go on to YouTube, you know what I mean, and punch in the name of the event, you know what I mean? And then last year's date say 2017, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then see if there's any videos on YouTube showing that event.
Hey, that's a good idea.
I'm full of it. I mean, good ideas, you know.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, you really are. You're the full bottle today. Yeah.
The full
That's
bottle.
pretty
We're
cool.
cooking with gas. I have enough screws for my Happy Meal today. Okay.
Okay. So is there anybody?
Yeah, go ahead. So she's saying, let her know, reach out to her, let her know if you know anything about that event.
Yeah, because people can advertise and you can see things. Naturally, everything that's advertised is positive, is beautiful. It's a good ambient. I did the expo in Western Australia last weekend, Conscious Living. Let me tell you, what a waste of freaking time. I went there on the Friday, and I was there by 10 o'clock. I was ready to leave. I just wanted to get out of there. So I went up and saw the girl. I said, look, I'm sorry. This is just not for me. this is just a commercial setup. Really, there's nothing really too much spiritual about this. So I'm sorry. I will. I'm going to go this afternoon, and at 3:00 I'm leaving, and I'm not coming back. I said, "Will you be back tomorrow?" I said, "No, I won't be back tomorrow, or next year, or the year after that, or the year after that. I mean, you can have it." And she was really surprised, and then she rang me on the Tuesday, I think it was. I said, "Selva, what happened?" I said, "Well, it had no atmosphere. It had a lot of psychics caught up in a corner, like in a can, really close and tied in. There's no room to move. They were right next to a stage, so there was a lot of interference with the people being distracted. So, the readings couldn't go right. It's just there was a lot of sexual items, It was like a sexpo with a few spiritual stands.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. And there was there's a lot of outdoor stuff like spas and solar heart and things like that. It was just like a normal fair, really. So it wasn't what I really expected as such. I thought it would have been a good environment where there was a lot of practitioners and there was a lot of knowledge. There was, but it was like in between all these other stuff that just wasn't suited, and they had no energy, like no energy at all. It's like you could have been down the shopping mall, I mean, I think probably the shopping mall had more energy in there,
and that's more important
for what they charge, and for what they charge,
right?
It just, I don't think people are getting value for money.
No, well,
so
I mean, you gotta. I mean, it's a little bit like if the energy is good in a place, you know what I mean, and then it's easier to contribute to the good energy of the place. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a lot of work when you come into a dead zone. You know what I mean? Into a place where there's not a lot of great energy and try to inject it.
That's right.
It's so because it kind of feeds off each other. Like, so that's why, I mean, it's kind of really important, in my opinion, in these kind of events that that they be surrounded with good energy and people who carry good energy. You know what I mean? And so and $45 for a 20-minute sound meditation. Yeah,
that's ludicrous. That's just ludicrous. Nah. Anyway, so good luck to them. So I said this is obviously good for some people. Yeah. But it's no good for me. It's not my cup of tea. So enjoy it, and I wish you the best. And cheerio. I will move along, Joe.
Yeah.
So that was that. So I'm sort of like concerned, about these expo. I mean, on the photos that I've seen on the net, that Mark have sent me, it looks very alternative. It looks very good. It looks like all the stalls there. It looks like they are about growth and personal understanding and changes and spirituality. It looks that way. So on pictures, it looks like, I haven't seen a video of it. I've only seen pictures of it. It looks that way. It looks right. But I'm a bit concerned about it, so I just want to get some feedback so I can make up my mind. I mean, I know Mark said I've got to make up my mind by the end of November, really. They like to be organised. And it's fair enough. I'd really admire them for that. So I just got to think, And, I could handle
It's a big decision. It's a big decision.
It is,
I'm guessing it'll be a pretty decent energy, you know what I mean? But
yeah, I reckon it would be.
But, the other thing you could do is go see if they have a Facebook for the event, and then see about past year's events there too, to see if there's photos or what.
Yeah.
Like, if you're an energy worker, and especially one at your level, you should be able to look at some pictures from an event and be able to send.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. The pictures that I've seen, the pictures that I have seen, are for it. They're very favorable. Very, very favorable.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
Good.
So I'm really hoping that it is. So I reckon I probably will end up going. You know me, I'm crazy enough to take the leap of faith anyway. I reckon no opportunity crosses your path unless you meant to do it, you know?
Yeah, right.
You know? So
yeah, that would be a hell of a trip. New York will never be the same. That'd be a funny like reality show, like Selva runs all over the world, you know what I mean? And then Selva meets New York, and Selva meets, you know, whoever, hey?
Hey, that could be pretty cool, you know? I could start a series like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hop to hop sing. So what do you want we got about a half an hour, and it doesn't look like we have callers, so that's a nice little, we do have a caller, there is a caller. So cool. there will be a caller. So I was gonna. Do you want to just take that and so that we know?
Yeah, might as well.
Okay, let's do that. Let's just get the hell out of the way. You know what I mean? Get it the hell out of the way. Okay. Okay, let's go find out who's that 212. Hello, 212.
Hello, Chris.
Hey, Bryn. How are you? Yes,
you can get me the hell out of the way if you want.
Get him the hell out of the way. Get him the hell. Oh, there's another caller. See? Oh, look at that. There's another caller. And
I started a trend here, you know.
I think Alan. I think Alan B must be here because there's somebody in the chat room called Werewolf of London. I'm guessing that'll be Alan B. Okay, You always guess Alan. I know. And you spelled that wrong on purpose, because you know very well that's not how you spell your name, Nella. It's not? Okay. I say it every time. Then who is it? It's the real Werewolf of London? Okay, I'm shutting up. Go ahead.
Good thinking. Hi, Brain.
Hey, Selva. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. It's been a little while since we actually spoke. I mean, we've texted, but we haven't really spoke. And it's really good to hear your voice. First of all, I want to thank you for putting me in contact with Mark.
Oh,
it is. It's been it's been really, really good.
I was actually there tonight. I was there tonight. They started tonight, and they have some good booze. It's, you find out what you feel about it, because I was listening to your evaluation of the conscious living, and they have a lot of space in this New Life Expo, so it's there's room to roam around, but it does get crowded. I mean, it's a very popular thing in New York City. It's like one of the biggest, and they have a lot of different booths with different things and practitioners, and it's quite an event. And they have like free lectures, and then they have workshops you have to pay just a little bit of money for. But they've been doing it twice a year, every March and October. So anyway, you check it out. It's worth to check out to see if it's your vibe, I believe.
Yeah, it's about time we had a coffee anyway, so...
Yeah, that would be great.
Yeah. So anyway, Brent, besides that, on today for you, there's a lot of health issues you need to look into a little bit. There's a lot of tenderness on your lower spine, and I feel it's actually stress related. It's like you're stressing over something, and your lower spine seems to be like your collection space. So it's like you feel a little bit stiff, a little bit more stiff than normal. So try and do some relaxation exercise. Try and do some maybe meditation or something. Or if you got a bath, have a Epsom salt bath and just relax. And just let go. Just let go of things. It's like you got to make decisions of how you can present yourself. But it's like you fear the reactions of others. You got to really work on the reaction of yourself. If you feel good about something, go with it. Don't work so much on how other people are going to react, because they're not you. They're not looking at the same page as you, so therefore they won't have the understanding that you have of what you're trying to present. So as long as you are at peace and you're clear as at presenting that, and there seems to be like a variety space of your goods as well, so an opportunity will come your way where you're going to be able to rotate your product for some reason, but be prepared to do a bit of talk on it. So it's like you're going to be invited to talk about what your product is, and I think that's actually really, really good, and it's actually going to open into a lot of new doors for you.
Oh, great. Sounds great.
Yeah.
Great. Let's see, what else? Well, oh, yeah, here's the question. Tomorrow, I'm going to this workshop that's on, speaking of Hawaii, it's on Hawaiian shamanism.
Right.
And the Ho'oponopono. Yeah, I forget how to pronounce it, but it's this man, John Hammond, Hammond. It's a 2-day workshop on learning. It's called the Shaman's Mind. Shaman's Mind. Yeah, and they also teach something called a gentle touch, like it's a Hawaiian type of energy work or something.
I actually met John.
Did you? Wow.
Yeah, I actually met him in Maui. And he is an amazing, vibrant man.
Wow. I can't wait.
He will have you in stitch of laughter, and he will have you, you know, it's just amazing. He's got a very unusual style of sharing his knowledge. He talks in riddles.
Okay.
You know, it gets you thinking all the time. So he will talk in riddles to get you thinking, and he demonstrates everything so lively and with music. He uses music a lot, and he's an amazing man. He is an amazing man. Incredible.
Yeah,
you will love it.
I felt pulled to do this, so I was like just answering the call within me to sign up for it. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. I hope his wife is with him, and she's just as lively as what he is.
Oh, nice.
So they make a very good team together. They run a church and a healing center in Maui together.
Oh, nice.
I'm trying to think what it's called. I think it's the Temple of Love.
Okay. Wow.
I think it's the Temple of Love. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
but it's absolutely beautiful. They're very Hare Krishna though.
Okay.
And but they're fantastic. It's awesome. It's just an amazing. He's an amazing teacher. Amazing teacher. He just really knows how to deliver knowledge, allowing you to learn what you need to learn and understand that that's what you need at this moment. And if something goes by you, it's like he tells you, don't stress. It'll come back to you when the time is right. So it's actually very positive. I love his style of teaching.
Oh, great. Yeah. Wonderful. Well, it's a small world, right? You met him in Hawaii.
It is. Yeah.
It's funny. Well, great. Selva.
Awesome.
So I think that's it for now, and I will do some. I think I'll do some stretches for my lower back, and I've been doing some meditation in the morning, so I might do a little more of that. And I've been started taking saltwater baths at night before I go to bed.
All right.
You know, just to kind of take all the energy of the city off of me and all that stuff.
That filthy energy. That filthy energy.
Oh yeah. It's a kind of electric chaotic at sometimes. Yeah. But
good.
Anyway.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Okay. All right. Thanks,
Take
Selva.
it easy,
Awesome.
Thanks, Chris.
You betcha.
We'll talk again soon.
Yes, we will. Take care.
All right. Okay.
Bye.
Cheers.
Okay, so now we're going to try, Bob's going to try and call in. We're going to go to 785. I think it's Kansas. Who's that?
Yes. Hi, this is Bonnie.
Hi, Bonnie. Sorry, I just saw your message today. I don't know. I'm not much of a Facebook person, so no, we weren't going to have a show. So anyway, no, Selva hasn't probably read. Have you had Selva read you before?
No.
No. So
No.
the way she'll work is that she'll just say hi to you quick and blah. She doesn't need a question or anything, and then when she's finished delivering to you what she's receiving, then she'll give you an opportunity to ask a question, okay?
Okay.
All right then, Bonnie. There's Selva, Bonnie, Selva.
Hi, Bonnie.
Hello, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you. And you are really on a good space right now, especially after the last 3 years. It's been like a bit like a roller coaster where you had to reassess who you're with and who you want in your life as well. It's been an amazing 3 years of revelation, of understanding where you want to be and giving you the opportunity to let go what no longer serves you as well. It also shows that you become more aware of what to eat and how to look after and nurture your body a lot more. So you feel more balanced. You feel a little bit more in a more balanced energy vibration. But I feel that your sleep is a little bit broken and you do need to maybe have some relaxation techniques. And if you're not sleeping, at least get some rest in that space. I feel that a lot of it is because you're going to bed with a very active mind, and you're not resting the way that you should be. So maybe put some relaxation music or something that will take you on that space. Or have a cup of malt milk, and that will relax you as well. Because you're very active mentally, and it's important. Your rest time seems to be the most important thing in there. There seems to be like a contract, a paper that you need to deal with as well. And it's like look into it very, very carefully. Don't sign on it straight away. Make sure you read it several times and make sure you have the understanding of what it is. It seems to be an opportunity or something that you've been trying to get into for quite some time. And it's like it's finally coming into fruition. But to allow that to happen, you've got to make sure that it's in your terms and your understanding, so you can be at complete peace on what you're doing as well. Your neck is a little bit stiff, which it means you're not allowing yourself to be as flexible as what you could be. All right, so you're in a bit of a stiff direction. So allow yourself to relax with things and believe that what comes your way is what you need right now. You're in a quite positive streak right now, so you will attract what you truly need right now. So believe that what comes your way is what you need right now. So relax with that and go with it, and you'll see the things will start falling into place kind of rapidly.
Okay. That sounds right.
Do you have a question?
Just how do I improve my relationship with my daughter? What is her...
All right. Okay. Can I have your daughter's name?
Yes. Well, she goes by Sammy or Samantha.
Okay. You know, our children sometimes are reflections of our fears of fate, and it shows that you as a child, you had a fear of acceptance from the expectations of your parents as such. And yes, you are mirror imaging that into your daughter, and it's like you fear her not understanding you, so you become the mother in the authoritarian way, but she's had the freedom for quite some time as well. So it's like she was able to be flexible and free like a butterfly, and then suddenly your mother energy came in and is clashing with the freedom that she had before. So virtually the only way you're going to get better with your daughter is sit down with a cuppa and say, you know, honey, I'm your mom and I love you. And from now on, I will treat you the way you treat me. So that way I will understand you better, and that way you will understand me better. You are growing into a beautiful young lady, and you are growing into your own personality as well. I know that you know what's right from wrong. So if there's something that you don't approve of me, I would love you to tell me. And if something that I'm not happy about you, I will tell you. But we will not do that as judgment. We will do that as letting each other know what is not right, see if we can fix it. Because I gave birth to you and you are my world. You are part of my life and you always will be. And my love for you is incredible. So please work with me and help me be a mother. I don't get a manual to be a mother. I'm learning every day how to be a mother. Let her see your human side, you know, because you're a beautiful person. And it's only been the last 6 months that's gone a little bit haywire. But a lot of it is a cross of identity with her more than anything, you know.
Okay.
And learning that it's okay. Learning that it's okay to let someone know when something's not right. It is an amazing thing, and it actually saves so much headaches. You know, when my kids were little, we used to have a conference day every Wednesday. We used to sit around the table, and we said to the kids, okay, it's Wednesday night, it's bullshit night. So if there's anything that you don't like, tell us tonight. You will not be told off. You will not be chastised. You will not be punished as long as you're telling us the truth.
Oh, okay.
And every Wednesday night, the kids used to look forward to it because they would tell us, you know, oh, sometimes it was silly things like, Mom, I hate it when you do this or whatever. I remember my daughter when she was becoming a teenager, and I have no dress sense whatsoever. If it's clean, I'll wear it, you know. And my daughter said, Mum, I don't want you to walk to school with me anymore. I go, why? You know, I walk you to school every day. She goes, yeah, but you dress weird and people say things. I said, I don't dress weird. My clothes are clean. I said, yeah, Mum, they're clean, but they're weird. You're not in fashion and you got to be with the times. I just laughed at her. I said, fine, you know, walk yourself to school. I don't care. You know, I only lived around the corner. But it didn't matter what it was, you know. I remember my son once, he was 14, and actually he had a smoker pot. And he told us that night. He said, Mum, Dad, I had a joint after school the other day. And my dad and my husband, he just, he went, and I said, you're not going to get angry? He said, no. I said, well, tell us, what was that like? Charles, tell her. He said, it's okay. It's not like the beer. And then my husband says, what, beer? When did you have that? But it's like, so some things were actually delicate, but we kept our promise. We would not lose our cool. And they could tell us everything. And we found that helped. That helped a lot. You know, it's like, don't be mom upstairs and child downstairs. Be in equal ground. You're both learning. You're learning how to be a mom. We learn that every day. There's no manual that teaches you to be a mom. And there's no manual that teaches a child how to be a child. Every day it's a learning experience. So just sit down and have a chat with a Milo or a coffee or whatever. I don't know, whatever you drink. And have a social chat and you know, open the box of integration.
Okay. Sounds like
I hope
good
it works.
advice.
Yeah, I hope it works. Let me know how you go.
Okay.
Awesome.
Cool.
Good luck with that.
Well, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Not
My
a problem with
pleasure.
that. And take care. You know where to find us, eh?
Yeah.
All right. So not next Friday, but the Friday after. Selva will probably be back then, and you can update us if you want.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Sounds great. Thank you.
Perfect. Thanks, Bonnie.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Okay.
Bye.
Hey, now we're gonna have Bob, and that's our last caller. And we got 15 minutes. And how you doing, brother Bob?
I'm doing well. If I can get my mic unmuted.
Yeah, you have awesome sound. You always
Thank you.
have great sound. You
Well,
always
that's
have.
because I've got a voice that's made for radio and a face that's made for silent movies. Oh, wait, that's not how it sounds.
I always
I
A
say
love
face
your
made for
voice.
radio and a voice for silent movies. There we go.
yeah, my face is made for radio. My voice is made for the deaf, not Alan. That was funny. You were cracking me up. Okay, I will. This is Bob. Bob, this is Selva.
Hi, Selva.
Hi, Bob. How are you?
I am doing well. Thank you for asking.
I'm sure you're doing well. But you know, sometimes we put things off, and they do catch up with us. And that's where you're at the moment. It's like you seem to be catching up with a lot of things that you haven't really dealt with yet. And patience is not your virtue, but delivery is. You know, you're once you commit to something, it's all or nothing. But you got to learn to be a little bit more patient, because it does show you are going to find yourself being more involved with other people. They're not as efficient as what you are, and we got to wait for them to make that happen. So a team effort is going to give you a bit of grief, but you can do it. I believe you can do it. So try and fill in time when you're waiting for someone to finalize some of the project. There seems to be a lot of written projects that are unfinished for you. So there's a lot of writing you need to do, and you need to put into order, and that. You're not the best paperwork man, but you're good at practical work and organizing things and delegating things and putting things in place and trying to be in control. But when it comes to the paperwork, it's like you're a little bit behind on that area. So when you're waiting for someone to catch up to you, well, just concentrate on tidying up loose ends. I do feel also there's a postponed journey that you've been putting off for quite some time. And I do feel that due to an opportunity being presented, you're going to make that journey. So it'll be connected to work as well as relaxation and pleasure as well, which is going to be good for you. And take your camera with you, because it's like there's going to be moments that you're going to know you're going to want to have that memory of that time, and that moment is going to be created. So a lot of unexpected surprises in an unexpected meeting of people that you have not been with for quite some time. And it's like it's more or less like you need to catch up with people you haven't seen for quite some time to help you realize how much you have achieved in the last 8 years. The last 8 years is like you've gone through a bit of a transformation, and it's like, but you haven't noticed, you haven't looked within to realize, wow, I have changed, I have come a long way. And it's like you need that appreciation, that confirmation for yourself, and you're going to come across that by the people you meet and by the people you're going to talk to as well. The written work seems to be very, very important. So I don't know whether you're putting pen to paper on a journal or whether you're actually writing a script, but it seems to be active writing. So it's active writing, so it's going to be quite busy and keep you in an active mind as well. Do you have a question, young man?
Well, I just want to validate that many of the things that you say resonate. Very true, especially the paperwork part, because I'm just thinking today I work in the computer business. I do server builds, and one of the things I've got to do afterwards is document those builds. And I've got like 3 or 4 of them that are just piled up, that all the work's done, but the paperwork is not there. So yes, that's why I was making faces on the camera. I don't know if you can see me, but
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that's just so right on. Questions. You know what? I don't really ever do questions, a lot of these things, but I don't know. I saw that you do palmistry. I was joking with Chris. I don't know if you can read my palm through a webcam.
Oh, like for the, hang on.
Just move it a little bit.
Let me do
Okay.
this. Let me wait. I'm going to make it so his hand is bigger for you, okay? And this is for everybody, just for now, okay? Just till this part's done.
Okay.
Look at the calluses.
Show me your left hand first. Show me your left hand. Okay.
There we go.
All right, that's pretty good. You know, you're stubborn as an ox. You're a very stubborn person. but you're very lovable as well. You know, if it suits you, you can melt butter. You know, if it suits you. But if it doesn't suit you, you can turn it into ice at no time flat. You're not the most flexible person. You're not the most flexible person. You're only as flexible as you want to be. So you're very restricted. There's a lot of restriction around you. It actually, but those are the traits that you were actually born with in that space. And your prosperity line on your palm, it's like you were born into a very hard-working environment. So your parents really, really did the best that they could with providing with the best that they had. But you always wanted more. You just want more. You're just a person. It doesn't matter what you got. You just want more. You don't have appreciation of what you've already achieved. Now, give me back your right hand, because that's the trait you were born with, and this is what you have created yourself. Okay. Now, your prosperity line is actually broken in two. Place your prosperity line, which it means you've had two major challenges due to little mismanagement of funds, but you're on the right track, and it's actually going up to your second finger. So that's a really good. It shows a sign of prosperity. You know, so when you get to around 48, 50, that's a very prosperous time for you, and it's a very transition.
I'm 58 right now.
All right, okay. 48, 50 was a transition of change for you.
Okay.
All right. So
Yep.
this since 48, 50, it's like a show you made a change. You made a change for the better on that space, all right?
Mm-hmm.
And then it shows a stop at 55, and then it shows a regrowth at 58 and a half, around, you know, about halfway mark there on 58. So it shows new contract, new security, new space. Now, you got also a teaching energy on your part, and you got a sharing of information and energy there, but it's like I don't know whether you don't believe in yourself enough to teach, or you just can't be bothered, you know, but it's a shame, because people can learn from you very easily. You also got a loop in your fortune and heart. Your fortune and heart's got a loop in there, which shows you got a good intuitive nature, but you second guess yourself as well. So instead of you accepting what you think, it's like you over question it a little bit, but it's very positive. It's actually it shows you it's a good loop, which is a loop. I call it the loop of faith, the loop of prosperity, the loop of being able to leap into the unknown and come out heads up with no worries as well. You are destined to travel overseas, you know, and you should, because you do get to learn a lot more about other cultures and other understanding. The bed of your fingers, they're very hard, which it means that emotionally you don't open the door very often, and it's a shame. You need to open it more. You need to let people in. You need to accept that you're human, for God's sake, you know, and it is okay to love, and it is okay to hurt.
Maybe I'm a lizard man, though. I don't know.
Okay, that's all I can see.
Nope, that's good. Yeah. That's great stuff. Great stuff.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah.
Pretty good, Bob?
Yep, pretty dang good.
Pretty dang good.
Who would imagine that I wouldn't let people in? What a shock.
Well, he does.
You know, you talk to everybody. You do. You talk to everybody. You're nice to everybody.
But nobody
there's
gets
a fence
close.
there.
Yeah, nobody gets close.
No. That's right.
Well, awesome. That was good. Thank you, Selva.
I enjoyed it. Thank you. It's good to do something different.
Yeah, well, but in case you hadn't picked up on it, Selva, this guy is this guy.
In a world where equality is just a...
There you go. There's our guy.
Yeah.
Such a pretentious
I thought it might have been. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's.
I love your voice. I love your voice. I really do.
He's got an awesome voice. Plus, he's got like the he's got the good bass and everything in the voice, and then the little bit of the Texas accent there works.
I just got that southern accent that people just love.
Yeah.
Say hello to me from Bill, my good buddy Bill Clinton.
Well, I don't know if Bill Clinton is here that he can say hello to you, but well, hi there, Chrissy. How you doing? It's been a long time.
It has been a long time. It has. Sorry that you almost got blown up, but anyway.
I gotta tell you, I kept sending that thing to Hillary, but she just won't open the damn package.
All right, Bob. So there you go. All right, guys, we got to go soon. I want to do a quick summary with Selva. Thanks, Bob. Take it easy. It's a month since your birthday. I kind of missed it, and sorry about that. It's just the way things have been going lately. You know what I mean? Drifting. Okay, so Selva, you guys can find Selva on her Facebook page at selva.nix. Selva will not be here next week, but the week after, I'm sure we'll be back in the full swing there. And so that's awesome, Selva. Thank you so very much. And happy winter. I guess the next time I talk to you, it'll be summer for you. It'll be summer for you, full-blown summer for you, yeah?
No, it's the 1st of December, summer.
Oh, of December.
So it's a month away, 3 weeks away.
Okay, very good. Okay, good. Okay, guys, so we'll see you back tomorrow night with Corinne De Winter. And it was nice to hear from Brother Bob, for sure. So we'll see you guys then, and if not, we'll see you in another week or so, Halloween night, okay? So we're out of here. Peace out. Thanks, guys.
Bye.